upstairs in my hallway. I gotta get up again and get to my bedroom, which is just right there. Adventures, I tell ya. Hold on. Okay, I decided to be downstairs. It's cooler down here. Russ turned on the AC probably before he left. He left early afternoon to La Crosse to go watch some kind of fishy weigh-in stuff. So JJ injured her leg apparently. That one leg I was looking at has a scratch mark on it. I mean, she's not licking it or anything, so she's fine. Yeah, she's doing all right. Doing all right, I see. Okay, so anyways. I haven't seen the cat. Don't know where the cat is. She'll show up. Anyway. Good afternoon. I am exhausted. So, adventures, I'm telling you, are great. You know, go on your long trips, but only do it if you are with someone who will enjoy the ride as much as you do. Which I was. I was with Barbie and we had a great time. Good discussions. Wonderful conversation. Mostly on the way there and during, we had great conversation. But it was on the way back when I think we were both just kind of dead. Because we're both like, let's just get home. We left probably about between 8 and 9 a.m. We got home. It's a 6.5 hour drive from Sioux Falls, South Dakota back to Madison. 6 hours and 15 minutes from Sioux Falls to Sun Prairie, which is where Barbie lives. Anyway. Whoa. And it is 3:54. We made really good time. Even though I had to stop and... Okay, so nothing bad, really bad happened. But what happened... You want to come up here, JJ, and snuggles with me? Come on. Up we go. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Anyway, so we were driving. Sioux Falls has... Well, not Sioux Falls, but South Dakota that we were driving on. Their road system is... I mean, it works, but they just have, like... It's flat. There's, like, nothing to see but pasture and... cows, and these aren't like dairy cows like we have here in Wisconsin. They're like where we get our steaks from. They're cattle, stuff like that. Anyway, so we're coming back from the Corn Palace, just minding our own business, driving like 85. Speed limit is 80. And then there's a sound in my wheel well, kind of sound like something got stuck up in there. So I had to, I pull on over. The sound diminishes. I'm like, okay, we should be all right. I didn't pull all the way over. And then everything seemed fine. So I pulled off at the next available exit. There aren't that many, by the way. The next available exit to check out what that was. So when I'm driving, I'm turning right and there's like a grinding noise. I'm like, oh no, I ran over something. There were no lights on telling me that I had something wrong with my tire or whatever. So I'm like, okay, we'll pull on over. And I look in my wheel well on the driver's side, and the wheel well cover, the plastic bit, is like shredded. It's like, it didn't break off or anything. It's just shredded. So it's like on the tire is what it was doing. I'm like, jeez. So I had to like, push it up and put it out of the way of the tire. And we couldn't do anything about it until like the next day, because this happened on Thursday on our way back from the Corn Palace. So Friday we go to the zoo It's fine. Come out of the zoo, and turning right is where the most of the grinding noise was happening. So I'm like, okay, we have to do something about that. So we go to the Walmart nearby because I wanted to try Gorilla Glue. So I got some Gorilla Glue, and I also got Gorilla Tape, which is a really heavy duty duct tape, basically. And I got that just taped up just temporarily, obviously, because I wasn't going to take it anywhere to get fixed. It's a weekend, so they wouldn't have been open mostly anyway. But anywho, so today, after packing up and whatever, and there was no grinding, we still taped up. Then I guess like the wind got a hold of it, and I taped up some more. So I had to tape up some more before we left. It was a cooler morning, like in the 60s, so the tire light on in my Prius was on, which happens a lot in Toyotas. It happens in my Corolla when it's was hot and now it's cold or whatever. So eventually the tire light turned off, so no big deal. But I did want to pull over at some point, and so I needed to get gas anyway, so I pulled over for gas and taped up some more in the wheel well. Took a break. And that's holding. It's still, taped up and whatnot. So I told Russ about that. I called him on my way back, probably maybe 2 hours outside of La Crosse, and he's like, oh, it's another thing I gotta put on my handyman list. I'm like, yup. But I'm glad he's like taking the initiative to actually do handyman things. Like when I left, the bathroom floor needed to be cleaned so we could see if there was a leak somewhere. So he did that. He cleaned it and patched whatever. If there was a leak, he patched it. So everything in the toilet is great, and the bathroom is great. He did a couple loads of dishes, so that's great. He couldn't get around to mowing the lawn. He was going to do that today, but then it started raining. So I'm like, oh, well, that's okay. Not a big deal. So that's my 7 minutes of Sioux Falls that has happened. If you've seen my last 2 videos, you've seen the rest of it. So, it was great. If you can get out, get a vacation in, do it. It was so worth the trip. Great driving, scenery, beautiful, amazing. Minnesota, I give you props for your scenery. You got the hills and the lakes and whatnot. It was great. It was beautiful. It was so, well, great. So what am I doing for the rest of the night? Absolutely nothing. You spent 6.5 hours in the car. Driving is tiring. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. So I'm not doing anything for the rest of the night. You can't make me. Don't tell me what to do. But tomorrow is Sunday, so I'll see you Monday. Have yourself a great weekend. Toodles!